Anyway, Mike, thank you very much for joining us today for a chat about Portal Ventures and finding out a bit more about what you do. Sort of a sort of catch-up chat from probably about 2 or 3 months ago. So first of all, for those who don't know anything about Portal Ventures, what do you do?
So essentially, we help marketplaces, online marketplaces, generate more revenue through organic search strategies and solutions. So in a nutshell, we help marketplaces rank higher, get more traffic, and get more revenue.
Okay. And what's the key approach that you take to doing that?
Sure. So typically where we start is we do an analysis of, well, who are you? Where do you fit in your competitive space? And where are your competitors? So we want to get an overview of, okay, well, who's the top three? How do you compare? And where's their opportunities? Where's their weak spots? Where do they have listings, or where they lack listings, where you have listings, and look for opportunities. We then help them optimize the site in the best possible way before we start looking at the very long tail search. So that's almost the secret sauce, right? Is this long tail search. Everyone wants to rank for, apartments for sale in London, but no one's ever thought about, well, people are looking for, I want an apartment overlooking a Big Ben. I know it sounds strange, but there's actually, I think it was 30 people looking for that a month. Now, that doesn't seem like a lot, but when you consider that those permutations, there's probably millions of permutations like that exist. Once you start generating those pages, million pages at 50 clicks a month starts adding up.
Yep.
And that's what we help businesses unlock.
Yeah. And so the bottom line is, if you think about it, a lot of it's about landing pages and indexing with Google. Instead of going for 100, 200 clicks off a common term, it's going 1 click off 100 uncommon terms, and it's about doing that as broad as you can. It's very much the same as a Matura or a Trova would do in how they approach SEO as well. It's that long tail search and really looking for those unique one-off, once, twice a month, someone is requesting type terms built around the content that you have on your site.
Yes, absolutely correct. And they sometimes miss that. It's real funny. They go, well, even the big conglomerates, if you will, go, no, we've got this under control. And you pull up 3 examples and they go, oh, hang on a second. Maybe we aren't as on top of it as we thought.
Yes. Yeah. I think it's one of those things where the senior management will type in an obvious search term and they go, well, we rank really well. We're on the first page. They go, we're fine. And they're forgetting that as people become more and more sophisticated in how they search and how they use Googles of the world to do searching, they're asking more specific questions of the Google God, and they want to get a far better answer. And if you're not positioning yourself to answer those specific questions, then Google's going to ignore you and look for someone else.
Yeah, and that's right. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Now, you mentioned before that your businesses over the last sort of 6 months and through COVID has grown very, very quickly. What sort of customers are you bringing on board?
It's actually a widespread. So definitely real estate. Even some of the bigger real estate portals are starting to realize that, hang on a second, if we're spending all this money on paid channels and that's now kind of died down, it kind of opens the book up and it's kind of like, oh, okay, well, there is a bit of a shortcoming here. So it's definitely the traditional classifieds. And then there's opportunities where traditional two-sided marketplaces, whether it's mechanics or hair salons or anything like that, that are going, well, okay, it's COVID. Yes, some businesses might be shut, but this is the perfect opportunity because if we just keep building away at this long tail stuff, once COVID restrictions, whatever, lift, we're going to be in the best possible position. And it's those types of marketplaces that look 1, 2, 3 years ahead of time that are actually going, hang on a second, let's really invest into this now because we don't have, paid spend market. We had to let some people go, but typically the ones that really understand the importance of SEO aren't letting go of their engineers and putting time and effort into that.
Okay, excellent. So what's the next steps for the Portal Ventures business? How are you going to continue to grow your operations?
Well, yeah, it's an interesting question. I mean, as you know, we kind of tie ourselves to one vertical in one market. So there is definitely room in Europe and Latin America where we want to expand. The traditional classifieds in the US, we're kind of leaving that. It's a little bit more competitive and it's quite advanced. But what we want to do is really look at every single country in the world basically and go, who can we help become number one in real estate, cars, jobs? And we look at what marketplace working that we work with right now, like the mechanic marketplaces. Every country is going to have a marketplace that is similar. We reapply that same logic to those marketplaces.
Okay. Well, I'm very impressed with what you guys do, and I know some of our businesses use your services because it's so good. So not only do I think you got a good business, we actually use you. So thank you very much for all the great work you do, and thank you for taking the time to chat about what Portal Ventures does, and good luck at continuing to grow the business.
No problems. I look forward to the next conference.
So do I. So do I. Okay. Thanks, Mike. Have a great day.